Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news happening out of Greenville right now. You only have about 30 minutes left if you want to participate in the chili cook-off. It's happening right now. The city of Greenville is holding its chili cook-off today. It started at 11 a.m. It will go until 1:30 p.m. So you got another give it about 29 minutes left at Fire Station 1 that's located at 500 South Green Street. The competition raises funds for the city's annual campaign benefiting United Way of Pitt County. The event is open to the public and attendees can purchase all-you-can-eat chili spanning more than a dozen different varieties, plus hot dogs and dessert. Now, a silent auction will also be held during the cook-off. All proceeds will benefit the United Way of Pitt County, which works to strengthen education, earnings, and access to essentials in the community. And now we want to turn our attention to the Middle East, where tensions between Hamas and Israel continue to flare up. NBC's Hala Gourani has more from Israel.
And this is happening against the backdrop of worries that the ceasefire agreement that was signed on October 10th and that went into effect on October 11th is very much on shaky ground. The United Nations has reported almost 400 ceasefire violations by the Israeli forces, saying that over 300 Palestinians have been killed, over 70 children since October 11th. UNICEF saying on average 2 children a day are being killed in the Gaza Strip. And so the 20-point plan that was announced by President Trump very much still in question as aid groups also report that much of the aid that was promised and that was outlined in the ceasefire agreement has not made it through, and that there are still very significant shortages inside of Gaza. Hala Gourani, NBC News, Sderot.
Thank you very much, Hala, for that report. We now turn to your weather forecast. Today is a warmer day than what we're certainly going to be looking at over really Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and even Saturday. For right now, though, the temperatures are up. Enjoy it while you can. Today and tomorrow will be warm days. Air temperatures well above our seasonal average, but as you can see, we've got a system rolling in coming up later on tonight into pretty much throughout the day tomorrow. The last cold front that went further back towards the west, the big push from that system won't truly occur until we get to really late Wednesday night into the early hours of your Thursday morning. From that point on, high pressure anchors that cold air in place and it keeps it flowing into the east throughout your Thursday and Friday. Get ready for, again, a bit of a chill. But before that, we've got some rain showers that we are currently keeping an eye on. The boundary that was looking very impressive earlier today as it moved over Atlanta, Georgia, right now moving towards Columbia, South Carolina in a much weaker state. It has slowed down significantly. Earlier today, the whole boundary was moving at about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Speeds now have come down to around 30 to 40 miles an hour. That is good news. It reduces the wind gusts out ahead of that system and reduces its potential for severe weather. So later on tonight, while we are again seeing an opportunity for some rain showers to come down later on this evening, some parts of the east have already seen again a few stray showers, namely portions of coastal portions of Carteret County and Onslow County as well. Seen again a few spot showers around. Nothing again that's been widespread or all encompassing. That could come later on tonight into tomorrow morning. But right now, really, with that system coming in out of the northwest, it's going to struggle to hold together, at least hold its moisture together over the mountains before it reaches the coast. That's when, again, it comes into contact, that marine layer of air, and it tends to get a little bit more stable. But for us, we're looking again at broken showers, maybe a few stray downpours, and by the time we get to Thursday, clearing skies and falling air temperatures. The 70s you're seeing outside right now will not be here coming up on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. It's going to be significantly cooler. Some areas could be around 20 degrees cooler from today into Thanksgiving. So just get ready again for the chill. For the rest of this afternoon, though, we may see another couple degrees tacked on to the current air temps that are outside right now. A lot of that has to do with the southerly wind, but we're also still seeing again some breaks in the clouds. The clouds haven't completely taken over quite just yet. We still have enough sunshine to heat us up. Later on this evening, the clouds will get thicker, though, and that will act as a stabilizer for temperature loss. That's going to essentially keep us in the low 60s as we wake up tomorrow morning. From there, air temperatures back into the upper 70s, but Thursday then happens, and that's when the cold air arrives. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday will all be cold days. Now, the coldest air will not make it into eastern North Carolina. That's going to stay anchored over really portions of Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and Virginia. Will not be able to make its way far enough south to get us in the mix of that frigid air mass. But of course, we are still fairly early in the season. And for those of you, again, keeping track, we've already seen our first round of snow for the year. At least parts of eastern North Carolina have. Earlier this month, had a little quick flurry come down and led to some pretty beautiful snow shots sent in by people. Do want to say hello to Lynn Jones. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Appreciate you being here. As far as your 8-day forecast goes, we've got, again, rain showers tonight into tomorrow morning. They're going to be fairly isolated and scattered, so not everybody is guaranteed rain, but there's a pretty good chance you'll see at least some drops either tonight or into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Saturday, very cold start. Overnight lows dropping down into the mid-20s Friday night to Saturday morning. And then from there, we watch another round of rain, or maybe a couple rounds of rain, roll across eastern North Carolina coming up next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all featuring a 40% chance of rain. That's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you back here in a bit.